welcome back, friends, family, haters, whoever you are listening to another episode of Everything at Random. It's your lovely host, Jonathan, JR, whatever you want to call me. Today's topic is going to be creative survival guide, igniting your inner flint fire when life tries to douse it out. I'm reading it from on top. I'm sorry if it just sounds weird because it's like when you try to type up these things, it looks good, but and then when you like looking at it to remember how you said it in that moment that you said it, that it sounded great, probably just in my mind, but not out loud. It just sounded weird. Whatever. We're gonna keep on going. Uh, Today we're gonna be just diving into that journey of going into your creative side. So let it be that you're one of those people who is a writer, singer, painter, an artist of any type of form. You know, the journey is often as important as the destination, you know? But how do we navigate that journey when the path gets rocky? Like for me, it's been hard for me to keep up with this. I promise myself every week I'm going to do this. And sometimes like I get out of work late, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, or I can't match up the time frames for other people. Like, how do I do all this and feel the energy to do all this when I want to just lay back and relax or whatever it is? We're gonna navigate through that. I'm gonna give you some steps. All right. First things first, finding that inspiration in everyday life. I'm gonna tell you that. For me, inspiration isn't just about those big groundbreaking moments. It's often in like the mundane, just regular schmegler fucking everyday experiences others might overlook. But I just see the smallest detail and shit, and I just like I embrace it. Like let it be somebody arguing on the train, let it be like listening to people having a conversation about everyday life or being a part of a conversation and learning from others. You know what I mean? Like those experiences, those small little things, those small little details, a lot of people overlook those moments, and there's so much to learn from it. And that's all about finding the beauty in the details, in the story, in the emotions that surround it, like that person fighting, or why are they talking about that so passionately? Like you have to find those small little moments in everyday life so that you can like feel those things and put it into whatever it is, the writing, the painting, the words. You know what I mean? It's like we use this thing saying don't take anything for granted, but really don't overlook these things. There's the smallest things that inspire you, and we're always looking for that one big moment where it's like, I'm drinking, spoke a hookah, or whatever it is. It's not in that. I don't get my inspiration from some of this. It just makes me a little bit more lax and chill. But I get my inspiration from everyday things of what's happening in my life, and I need to stop overlooking, and maybe you guys need to stop overlooking those small details and find the happiness in that moment. Maybe reflect on that shit. You know, I dealt with a client of mine today, and when I was leaving work, I saw them when I was stopping by the wine store. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, this guy's a drinker, a heavy drinker. No, I just enjoy a nice bottle of wine. But I saw my client there, and you know, he just started talking it up with me. Nice dude. But he started sharing his life with me and telling me what's going on and how he's feeling, and then started talking about, you know, the wine that he's getting and why he got it, and like a friend from Spain came over. It was just to most people, it's just like, hey, I just dealt with work. I dealt with this person already. I don't want to deal with them. Let me just bullshit them, be nice with them because they're a client of mine. You know, you want to, you know, keep on doing business with them. But I enjoyed that conversation. I enjoy learning about his story, his background. I enjoy the fact that people love to share those things. So like I'm just giving you an example of like these small little details, these small little things. Like I haven't had the energy to record. I haven't had the energy to do anything. But and then like that just great moment made me feel good. It just brought something into me. Um, and what that brought into me is like this brings us on to our next thing, which is the power of resilience. You know what I mean? Like that's like the unsung hero of creativity. You need resilience. It's what keeps us going when our inner flame starts to flicker out and everything like that. That moment that I had just like said, you got to talk about it. You got to talk about these things. You got to let people know what's going on. You know, even though I got some harsh comments recently, like, uh, I'm not being true to my craft, felt like I was holding back. Sometimes it just doesn't seem like I'm being real. I'm gonna be honest. I'm being as real as I can be on in these moments because like I'm hurting, I'm bothered. I'm trying to give you the positive look on it, but like I'm feeling it just as hurt as all of you. You know what I mean? But those personal challenges, all these things I'm dealing with, the critics, the naysayers, or whoever they are, resilience helps me helps me like stay on that path. So I have to like push myself and say, you know what? I don't care what they say. I don't care with what they think of me. I don't do this for the ones who critique me, who's not feeling that great about it. I do it for the people who feel the same way when they're losing that spark inside. Those people who listen to me on an everyday basis, who take heed to some of my words and realize how I connect with them on that level where they, the things that they feel. But if you want to keep on critiquing me and keep on subscribing and listening, thanks. But just realize like that power of resilience that we all have, and we have to push ourselves no matter what anybody's saying. With that power just keeps us moving. And I think everybody needs to focus on that. But the most important part to me, I feel as though, is nurturing that creative side of yourself. Taking that time out for you to do your self-care. Maybe it could be a bath, or it could be just meditating, or spending time in nature, or for me it's a bike ride, or just watching some stupid ass show that nobody else probably watches, and I'm like, this is my guilty pleasure, whatever it is. Or watching other podcasters for me. But whatever that thing is for you to nurture that creative side, do it. Like, you need to find what that is. Like, sometimes you have to be something that you want to be, you have to do things that you never thought you could do. So I never thought I would be an avid bike rider. I never thought I would sit there and try to meditate, which I've been trying to do. It's just hard for me to sit still at the end of the day. But like, try to find these moments of clarity when like your day seems loud and everything else is going on. Yeah, you have to have that power to do the passion that you want to do. Like, set aside that time to do it, that resilience in it. But sometimes you have to nurture that creative side inside of you. You have to find the things that you love to do around you that inspire you. For me, it's like talking to people and learning their stories. So sometimes those small little details mean a lot. So nurture that creative side of you. Like, we can't sit back and wait until we're old and say like, oh man, like I should have really did my paintings. I should have really wrote that book. I should have really said what I wanted to say on that show, or whatever it is. I want to look back on that. I should have done more of this when I'm older, and I'm having all these ideas, whatever it is. Just nurture that creative side of you. All right. Also, another thing that you want to do is, of course, the power of community, like surrounding yourself with like-minded, like creatives, no matter what it is. Um, my friend of mine's great artist. Um, he's always like sending me like what he's gonna do for his company. He's making these tote bags. Like I'm surrounding myself with these people who are musicians and painters and graphic designers or fellow podcasters. Find your people and surround yourself with them. Not the people you grew up with, not the people who know you. I'm talking about the people who sometimes you're like you're kind of inspired by what they do, and it may not be the same thing, but their fire, that their resilience, that whatever keeps them going, like you find it interesting when they do their craft. So surround yourself with them, because you know what, like the same people who are like investing into their own craft and love it, they actually want to invest into you back. Like my boy would tell me like, oh, you're really good at it, and why don't you do the show on this, or change up the lighting, or do this and do that. I'm getting there, my guy. You know? And I'm also telling him, like, bro, like, don't be scared. Put out your art. He wants to put on a table, build it, do whatever. Like that community is a great thing to be around. So find your people, whatever it is, other writers, other painters, other just whatever it is that they have. You have to change it up. Like who you're hanging out with, if you're not sticking to the passion that you have, you're not surrounding yourself with the right people. You know? I know this was like short, and I'm just giving short episodes because it's been hard, you know what I mean? But I made a promise. My resilience is telling me to keep on pushing and find things to talk about and find things to open up with you guys. And I feel like I'm being real and genuine. Like, and I know we all have like a job or a goal or something that we really love to do. I'm not just talking about artists or any writers or whatever. I'm talking about everybody. Somebody, you all have a dream that you're working towards, and sometimes it just gets cloudy. And you have to push through that cloud. You have to just see past it, because you know it's dark now, but it's going to get a lot better when you get there. Because when you're in your passion, when you're doing the things that you love to do, it's like the purest moment. The way I view it, when I do this and I'm talking to Mike, like as you notice, I don't even look at the camera, because I think that's when I'm in my head and I'm just talking from the heart and the mind, and maybe not everything comes out the right way, but like you're still listening, so you must enjoy it. But that is in this purest moment. It's like riding, for me, it's like riding my bike, like when I was a kid, down a hill, and you just feel the wind just hitting you. When I'm in the things that I'm doing that I love, it's that pure joy moment. And if you watch me, you could probably see it in my face. I'm not going to look at the camera because I feel good right now. No matter what's going on in the world, what's going on in your life, um, whatever it is, that passion that you have, make sure you, all the things I mentioned, the resilience, the nurturing it, and connecting with like-minded individuals. Take these words and run with it. It seems so simple, but we forget to do it. I forget to do it sometimes. I had to sit down and like push myself to do this, and then when I'm in it, I feel great, as you would when you're doing the things that you love to do. But, keep on throwing that gas on that flame, for that creative flame. Remember, you're the master of your own destiny, and no challenge is too high or too hard. They were made for you. So that's it for this episode. Um, stay stay positive, do the things you love, surround yourself with people you love, and push yourself to do the things that you love. Always remember, like, I feel the same way you do. I'm here with you. I appreciate you for listening. And I feel like it's going to just keep on getting better. Like, if you think it's getting worse, like, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to do better. Like, wouldn't you want to see it grow? Me, like, in that full doing this and being in that moment of just going down that hill on the bike all the time. Wouldn't you want to feel that for whatever things that you love to do? You might want to be a part of that moment. I'm just rambling now. But good night, good morning, and good afternoon. I did that all backwards and stuff like that because you never know when somebody's listening, or watching or whatever it is. But be safe, guys. And hopefully you had a safe Labor Day weekend and everything's all right. You feel good and you relax. Toodaloo. Ugh, toodaloo. What was I thinking? Toodaloo. Horrible.